Okay, Chapter 18, Part 5. So here we're talking about directors of the corporation. Directors are the people who establish the policy of the corporation. They are elected by the shareholders. And most of the time they can be compensated. Has to be set forth in the Articles of Incorporation. They also receive indirect benefits such as business contacts and other rewards such as stock options. An inside director is one who also serves as an officer. An outside director does not hold a management position. A lot of boards, particularly of large corporations, have outside directors so that they can put people on their board that have expertise in certain areas, and also people who have connections. So you see a lot of former politicians serving on board of directors because they have influence and knowledge beneficial to the corporation in terms of how the government works in particular, so that they can sometimes manage through the web of government regulations, etc., things that are necessary for the corporation. They're required to have at least one annual meeting of board of directors, and they can schedule other meetings as needed or wanted. They have to have a quorum, which has to be established in the Articles of Incorporation. It does not have to be 50% of the board of directors, but that's a typical number that's chosen. And a majority of them have to be present in order to conduct business and that business to be legal. So once a quorum's present, they transact business. The typical way they transact business is to have reports of committees, because many boards form committees among their members of certain unique areas, such as sales or advertising or financing or whatever it might be. These committees often make reports. Then they have people who are officers come in, make reports and make suggestions, and then they pass new proposals or new initiatives or whatever it might be through resolutions. The resolutions are read and voted upon by the officers. Generally, each director has one vote. We talked about committees. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act, which was passed back after the Enron debacle, requires that each corporation board of directors have an audit committee. That's because if you know what happened in Enron, they were doing some illegal auditing activities with their accounts that made it look like they were more profitable than they were. Their stock value kept growing. Eventually, it was found out what was going on. Everybody lost most of their money because it wasn't the value that they thought it was. So now there have been accounting laws put into place to ensure that the auditing of the corporations is legitimate, and that they have a committee to do auditing within the structure of the corporation. Directors are entitled to participate in all board of directors meetings and to be notified of the meetings. And they have a right to inspect the books, the records, facilities, and premises of the corporation. They also have the right to indemnification, which means that anything that they spend or any liabilities that they incur on behalf of the corporation are reimbursed by the corporation, and they're protected from personal liability in that way. Okay, that ends part 5 of the chapter 18. The magic word is bylaws.